Nigeria, a nation rich in culture, history, and diversity, stands at a crossroads amidst ethnic divides and challenges. There's a call for reflection, unity, and progress. In our quest for unity, we turn to reflection, seeking wisdom from those who have shaped Nigeria's past and those who envision its future.
The challenge of Nigeria as a free state in 20th century Africa is the need to revive the stature of man in Africa and restore the dignity of man in the world. Nigerians believe passionately in the fundamental human rights. We regard all races of the human family as equal. Under no circumstance shall we accept the idea that the black race is inferior to any other race. I call upon Alhaji Amadou Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, to join us in this Herculean task of national reconstruction. I exhort Chief Obafemi Awolowo to associate with us in this great adventure of restoring the dignity of man in the world. There are many leaders who can give active support and assistance to a nation at its supreme hour of need. Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola, Dr. Michael Ihanukara Okpara, and Samuel Grace Ikoku, and then Chief Dennis Chukwude Sarebe, Malam Aminu Kanu, Malam Ibrahim Imam, and J.S. Taka of northern Nigeria, and countless others. I appeal to all our leaders, far and near, to forget the wounds which were inflicted in cause of our internecine altercation. The love of our country should outweigh the love of our petty selves. The enjoyment of individual freedom under the law should mean more to us than our self-centered party programs and manifestos. Common dangers and common enemies alert us on the need for common security. The British came here in 1851.
It can be said that the fusion of various ethnic groups during the colonial era laid the foundation for our unity, our struggle for independence, and the collective vision of our leaders to build a unified nation, despite our diversity, have been instrumental in managing Nigeria's unity.
In Western Nigeria, content to remain part of a greater Nigeria, or do you hope one day for complete independence?
Indeed, we are content to remain part of the Federation of Nigeria. We have no intention at all of severing connection with this great country.
Do you think that Nigerians are beginning to think of themselves now as one nation?
Indeed, they have begun to think of themselves as citizens of this great country. And all enlightened Nigerians are determined to ensure that Nigeria remains united.
But not all Nigerians are enlightened.
Not all Nigerians are enlightened, but the majority, quite a good number, are enlightened, and the majority are politically conscious to realize the advantages that accrue from Nigeria remaining as a single nation.
I think all the leaders at once see that the unity of the country is maintained, and therefore naturally you get the tale of every.
The pace setters made pivotal decisions in shaping the course of our nation's history. Despite their differing ideologies and backgrounds, they demonstrated a commitment to national unity by establishing institutions and policies aimed at fostering cohesion among Nigeria's diverse ethnic groups. Dr. Dayo Kayode, founder, Coalition of Nigeria Stakeholders Forum, believed the actions and decisions of Nigeria's founding fathers influenced the country's unity and cohesion.
Responsible for the Westerners. So also Amadu Bello responsible for the Northerners. Not only Northerners, inclusive of other tribes that are living there. Because even at then, if you go back to history, you will see a Yoruba man. You will see when a Yoruba man was a councillor in Enugu. I still have that something with me. A councillor in Enugu. And you have an Igbo man, a councillor, or a member of the House of Assembly in Ibadan there. Another one representing Lagos at the national. So at that time, they did not sow any seed of disunity or discordance among Nigerians. No. Rather, they were using the resources of each region to develop the region and their people. And that's why some people are now talking about, a true federalism. Me, I don't like using that word, true federalism. I like using the word fiscal federalism. Fiscal federalism. Fiscal in terms of, let us have a stronger region and a weaker central, just as it used to be, just as it is also in America.
Ethnocentrism, unequal distribution of resources, and political marginalization has been listed as part of the challenges facing Nigeria in maintaining a unified front.
Ideological tenets to affect them. No, they don't. But when it now comes to politicking and politricking, you see the politicians coming in to divide the people with their various all these primordial thinking in terms of religion, ethnicity, and all what of tribal. They bring those things in. But you see, people like us, we have been going around with people, educating them to stop all this primordial thinking. Not until when we stop this primordial thinking, we will be able to get to anywhere. Within me, I have our own load of them that are from different political tenets. When it comes to politics and all that, you see us moving up and down, this and that, vote for this, vote for that. But when that one is over, I always tell them, listen, it's time for governance. We need to come together. Because whether you like it or not, whatever affects a member of Party A, affects a member of Party B, down the line like that. So why should we now allow these people to keep on causing trouble among we the citizens?
Your beauty is in your diversity. Any company, like any product you want to buy, any company you want to patronize, you patronize them because of their difference in terms of value. So unity in diversity is supposed to be a good thing, because that means that in spite of your challenges, you are still united in one area or the other. But like I said, it still boils down to the political class. They seem to be the one that always want to trample on that unity for their own selfish again. You need to go to the market, then you see the average Nigeria. They all work hand in hand to make a daily living. So it's the political class that are mostly our challenges. If you see there's a crisis in the market, it's always a political class type of crisis. Maybe one union is trying to get power from this place, and then they try to bring in that ethnic sentiment that they've learned from their leaders. So I think you say Nigerians should separate. Sometimes I have to go. If we say we'll separate, do you know how many countries will come out of this country? Because I don't think the Southwest will say we want to be with the North, or the North will say we want to be with the South, or the Southeast will say we want a country to be with the South, or the South will say one. Then the people begin to look at the South will say, oh look, good, we have oil, we want to be on our own. Southwest will say, look, we have education, we have infrastructure, we want to be on our own. The North will say we are traders, we have money, we have the political class, they can. So you won't find one country. You might even be surprised that a small ethnic nationality will come together and say, look, we don't want to even belong to Nigeria. We want to. It will not help our cause.
The only problem we have is not Nigeria at itself. It's not about the people as they are. But the lack of ideological tenets among our crop of leaders, unlike what we were having in the past. And to that extent, it's also affecting the cohesion of the people.
As Nigeria's diversity presents immense opportunities for cultural exchange, innovation, and economic growth. Analysts call for the need to embrace our differences and promote inclusivity. Oladipo Ajayi opines that we can harness the collective talents and strengths of all Nigerians to propel our nation forward.
We know some of the things that have been the dividing factor. We have been divided around the political landscape. We've been dividing about the ethnicity. We've been dividing around religion. And I also think that this is a time that we need to come together as one nation to take advantage of the opportunity that God has given to us. It's very, very interesting when you see situations where we see improvement from each zone actually affecting the nation as one nation, as a nation called Nigeria, rather than for us looking at regional development and actually attributing it to the reason why Nigeria is developing is because of the reason why Nigeria.
Given the ongoing discourse on separation or restructuring, Mukhtar Mohammed posited that Nigeria requires considering national unity and ethnic dynamics.
I think for me, unity is what we need. But we need leaders that are national in terms of their thinking, in terms of the way they are doing things, in terms of they are not selfish. And that is why sometimes you may fault him for all you may. Since the advent of civilian administration, one leader has really brought the sense of unity in terms of appointment, in terms of the way he tried to do things, was President Olusegun Obasanjo. Outside of that, it has been a challenge of getting the right people trying to make the right balance. The current president is still early days, but if you look at the sequence of his appointment and those in terms of placement, in terms of key areas of the economy, you realize that it's largely driven by members of his own side of the device. So until we begin to see this country as a national country, as a country that belongs to all of us.
Analysts highlight the delicate balance Nigeria faces. Maintaining the current structure offers stability, but risks perpetuating inequalities. Pursuing separation or restructuring could address grievances, but may lead to instability and economic disruptions.
It is about the mindset of the people. When you change the constitution to parliamentary, would they be able to do it the way they do it in UK? Look how many prime ministers they have within 1 year. Resigning because they said they will do this, they couldn't do it, they resign. This one, because he did this, he did that, he resigned. Will they do it here? So it is not about our constitution now. It is about the mindset. It is not our forefathers that sowed the seed of discord in this country. Rather, the emerged leaders after our forefathers. They just found out that, okay, look, we should be able to do it the way we want. And who is going to hold them responsible? And I will still not also blame them. I will blame the people. Because the people had refused to take them, to make sure that they are responsible. They will steal your wealth, they will steal your money, they come out to you and give you all this, what they call fenuja, that the NAFDAC is about to ban. Can you even see them in the National Assembly saying NAFDAC should not? Should that be their concern?
For me, it's just very, very painful that when we are here together, we see ourselves as not totally one. But when we're outside the country, no matter where you are from, whether you are from the north, whether you are from the east, whether you are from the south, or whether you are from the middle belt, in as much that you see yourself, we feel that we are brothers. And I think that the advantage that Nigeria has as a country, and one of the things that has been actually keeping us together, is the fact that our oneness is what made us the biggest country in Africa. Our oneness is what made us the most populated black nations in the world. So I think over time, what has continued to actually keep us together is the fact that we know that if we decide to actually break at this particular point of time, will actually miss that spot as the most populated country in the world, or black populated nation in the world, or will meet a spot in the fact that the most populated African nation. So I think that our warnings is actually still circled around this.
And this is something I've been saying before now, that when it comes to insecurity in our nation, our leadership should be held responsible. So whatever problem we are having in this nation, either lack of cohesion, either intertribal war, either insecurity menace, kidnapping and all that, our leaders should be held responsible. We need to educate our youth. We need also to educate our fathers. We also need to educate ourselves against primordial thinking especially. And for us at any point in time to be unified against them, it is only then that we can have peace. It is only then that we can have unity. And it's only when we have unity and peace that Nigeria can experience development, that Nigerians can now have the expected dividends of democracy, that we put a stop to the menace of Japan.
As we reflect on Nigeria's journey, let us remember the words of wisdom from our elders and the resilience of our people. Together, let us strive for a future where unity, diversity, and progress reign supreme. One Nigeria means hope and promise of a greater now and future. It means resilience and courage to rise from dust and nothing. It means purpose in disarray, unity in diversity, brotherhood in divergence, and love even in dangerous times.